Okay, welcome back. We're on to the third part of workspaces where we cover the concepts of filters and drilling. So for this one here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up org balances, which is a report that I generated a little while back. So this is the first use of the search tool, by the way, as well. So you have your top results, which are the ones that the system has deemed to be the most useful for you, which can be done by name or also description. But you also have the ability to show our results here, but I won't go into that, I'll cover search later. So I'm going to click on org balances. Now, as you can see here, it's created an untitled workspace again with the star, and I have my report. Now, what I can do is let's have a quick look over here in my filters. So I'm going to click on filters, and within here I have a whole bunch of filter options that are available. Now please note, org balances is a report that I have already gone and customized in order to be useful for this training. And the reason for that is because, just like console, the filters that are available to the user in Hubble have to be provided through console filter layout, which has now been renamed to Hubble filter layout. Okay, so the standard template, the filters at the top will not be shown. Okay, they won't be editable. They will be shown in here if I click on this thing called Show Read-Only Filters, where I can see that there's Ledger AA. Okay, so Ledger AA was one of the filters that was not provided by a console or filter or Hubble filter layout. Now each one of these filters is controllable just by clicking into it. And then what I can do is I can start typing. So I can go 3, and it pulls up all the business units with 3. Alternatively, I could type in San Fran, and it will also be able to search on the description. Now if I hit enter, it will go and just enter in the text. Okay, it's not that smart. If I go 3, it will also provide 3. Whether or not there's a 3, let's just try that again. 3, what do we get there? Okay, but I can also go 3 star. Yep. Okay, notice that it won't allow you to remove in some cases, it won't allow you to remove a filter that's by X. I think that's probably a bug there that I just found. Okay, now it seems to be working. Okay, anyway, so the default state is a star, and I have access to all the filter values that are available in there. There's also been a whole bunch of testing associated with the different filter controls, but the key thing here is, let's have a play. You can see here that period, current, and cumulative apply to the report. So let me change this, and I said that I want to see CE12. Cumulative 12 as such. I remove the other periods, I click apply, and you can see here that the report will automatically update, just as a normal filter would, to change the columns that are provided. Now I can also modify it further, so if I'm not really happy with CE12, notice here that, see, I can't get rid of it. That's strange. Let me try this. Notice how I'm actually on my keyboard going 7, 8, 9, Okay, so that gives me a good number. I think probably it's because periods pivoted, and that's why I can't have no value in there. So let me just click apply again. Cool, and you can see the report automatically update to include all the periods associated with. Now, you might have noticed here that now the filter icon has a little orange dot. The orange dot indicates that I've got modified filters to what was the original report. The good thing here is I can go and click on reset and go OK. And what that will do is it will return the filter back to the original state. Okay, now there is one kind of cool thing that's associated with this, which is the ability to apply filters to the same report. Okay, well, to more than one report. For this one I'm going to cheat. I'm going to go into here to view, just like we did before, and go into org balances. That's a bad refresh bug. Org balances. Just give it a second, and I'm going to say I want discussions on there. So that adds another kind of copy of a GL balances report. Now the great thing that I can do here is that I can say, actually, notice if I click through, it's kind of like an OR, but if I click on the little box here, or alternatively what I can do is I can click on this little thing and say I want to select all the views on this page. When I go into the filter dialog, you'll notice here that the filters have changed, and that now I can apply filters to multiple views, like global filters or standard filters as such. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say CE12 and click apply. And what we'll see here is that both reports will update. Now, the one thing that we can do here is that I can have it composite. So I'm going to click on the lower one, and I'm going to say here, actually, what I want to do is I only want to apply it to object account. Do we have object accounts on here? No, we don't. Let me see, what business units have we got here available for me to use? Business unit 3. Okay, so I click back into filters, and I'm going to say here that I want to have business unit 3. I click apply. Okay, and what you'll see here is that the filter in itself, filter 3, is only applied to one view. Okay, now if I go in here and I go all on page and I go into filters again, what we can see here is that the system will come back and say that there are multiple values associated with this. So if I modified this now, I could override that, but I can have individual filters for each report. Okay, so enough about filters. Let's just close that one down. Let's show drilling. Now, because this is a generic GL balances report, we have the existing linked inquiry approach that we've seen previously within Insight. So let me right click on a row, and I have the two drill links that have come as part of the default template that this report was based on. So I can click on default balances view, and what will happen here is that the view will split. Another view down here will be loaded that gives me the associated drill. Okay, but I can take this further as well. Let's just say that I want to drill that another step. I can right click here and go transactions. I can right click here and go to the document. And you can see here that I've got my original report here, and I can follow from my balances. Notice how it's highlighted in orange, the associated row, down to transactions, down to the document level. Okay. Now, just be aware that this is not included within the table of contents as such. You can follow it back using this step here, and at all times you can always X this. Now, just be aware filters apply also to this report as well. So if I click here into filters, you see here that they're all shown as grey, because effectively the filter values have been taken from the drill. So they're not editable in any shape or form. In fact, if you click this, you can't see them because they are read-only filters, but it gives you the ability to see what this data was influenced by when it was updated. Okay, and that's Workspaces number 3.